Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to the OGs and hello to the newbies. And hi to my yarny peeps and my non-yarny peepers. This is kind of a non-yarny peeper show. And I have no idea what it's about because it's Amanda, again, taking over everything.
My name is Rusty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rusty Blades. It's hard for me to remember.
That's why you should call me Rusty all the time. I told you this.
All right.
Okay, so today on the apparent Amanda show,
It's
we're going to talk about Rusty's
Rusty
book.
Blade Show.
Now, we're going to talk about books. I was thinking about random things. We do show and tell, but we never like talk about like random things. Like
important
this
things like
pretty
books.
hilarious kitchen book, which is actually...
Is it really a recipe book?
Yeah, it's called Thug Kitchen. It's got some amazing
Thank God it's not Slug
recipes
Kitchen.
in it, and it's very healthy recipes. There's a lot of... It's one of those, like, you know, like when somebody tells a recipe and they got like a 10-minute long story that you don't really care about. This one has like funny short little excerpts of glory. But yeah, if you're looking for a good cookbook or want a gift for a friend, I highly recommend Thug Kitchen.
I don't cook, so no interest. Banjo's the
Then let's
cook.
get on to one of my absolute favorite, David Eagleman. David Eagleman, if you ever watch this, I adore you and your show on PBS, which was actually called The Brain. It's based off of this book. I watched it after I read this. He just breaks down how our brains function and how we exist and all these different things like perception and just so many basic life things. And he'll talk about it in big word terms, but then he'll also be like, it's the same concept of, let's just say we're talking about what you consciously do and what you don't consciously do. A person that plays baseball that can hit a fast ball subconsciously hits a fast ball. The human brain can't work that fast. So muscle memory and your subconscious being a very powerful tool work together so your brain and body can function that quickly on something that you can't consciously do yourself.
Fascinating.
There's something like that quote. It's about the centipede lies in a ditch because somebody asked him which leg came before which. And then he couldn't think about, and he fell because he started focusing on it.
Because if you're thinking about it, then you screw up the whole
Just like when you're trying to
memory.
dance. If you're trying to dance and you're trying to think about what you're doing and what other people are thinking about it, you're not going to look good. If you just have a great time and move your body around, you're going to look great.
Can I jump in?
David Eagleman, the brain. And she can jump in.
I'm not going to
dancing.
I'm not going to babble because she has never signed yet. But when you're dancing, and you like people are like, oh, I'm worried about people looking at you. First of all, nobody's looking at you. Trust me.
And if they are, they're jealous.
And if
that
they
you're
are,
dancing,
then let them
and they
look.
want to
So
be
what?
dancing.
Maybe they're trying to pick up some tips. If you're nervous, close your eyes and just feel the music and let the music just take over. And you will be fabulous, dancer. You'll be fabulous. Oh, we forgot to. First of all, it's clearly a different day because we have different headpieces.
Yeah, you all see that.
And
right?
again, since it's another video, we have to throw the hey, do that, do it now. And then also, come on, it's a little thumb up.
And
if
the
you
best
don't,
part about this is we'll respond to
we'll
you.
respond to
Ask
you.
us
We
a question.
love reading the comments.
Ask Mama G something real weird and make her have to respond to you because we said we would.
And I will totally be honest with you because you could tell already I'm honest. Yeah. And if you guys don't start hitting the thumbs up, I'm going to put a different finger sticking up here, okay? Just saying.
I'll have to make it since I made her that sign.
Don't
Don't make me make that.
Are you
like
talking about your
comment.
books?
Well, I got one more book I really want to bring up.
I'm going to crochet.
And that's Scary Stories.
Oh, what a great story.
Anybody that knows about this, it's actually, it was a 3-part book series that used to get in the, what was it called? The Scholastics Book Fair?
Yes.
Back when, like, that was, like, the big pimping thing to do. Did
Yeah.
you have a few
They peer
bucks? You were able
pressure
to
all the
buy a
kids to
couple
buy
things.
books.
Like, you got to buy a book. Oh, yeah, it was cool. It was cool to buy a book. But, yes, so these... Long story short, my best friend and I both love the books and gifted each other the books. So I got this one from her. She got all 3 of those from me. But yeah, this is...
Oh, did you say about the pictures being taken out of it?
No, I was just about to say. So it was a book that was banned a while ago, and they took all the photos out because some of the photos are deemed to be a little too creepy for children. And then they reissued it with no photos, and then they reissued it again with like PG. Oh, funny! Actually, this is the one that one of the ones they reissued, where it went from like this to just like a person's face with like this on, basically.
Nothing wrong with that picture.
So yeah,
it's
always
stuff
meant
of
a lot to me.
nightmares.
All the stories have really good meanings. Actually, one of my favorite stories, Something Different, It's about this guy. Well, here, I can show you.
She has the tattoo? That's right. That's a tattoo one.
It's about this monster and this little dude here. And this dude is running for his life because he's scared of this monster that's following him. And come the end of the story, this monster taps him on his shoulder and just says, "Pardon me, sir, is something wrong?" So it's the concept of this whole time he was scared of this because it looked different, it seemed different, he didn't know what to make of it. When in reality, it was just another creature seeing if he was doing okay.
Yeah, but that kid's story with Mercer Mayer, where the Nightmare in My Closet, where the little I used to read to my pre-K all the time, and a monster came out of the closet, and the little boy had these are cool. The little boy, fun. I'm so preoccupied with things. Squirrel. The little boy was scared, and he had this little pop gun, and he popped at the monster, and the monster started to cry, and was crying so loud that he's like, "Shh, you're gonna wake up my parents," and he took the little monster in bed with him and everything. And when I used to teach pre-K, special pre-K children, and I'd say, "What do you want to read today?" And they knew that book verbatim. They loved it.
That was a good book. I was just going to show you some pictures while she was talking about the book, and then she went silent.
Oh, I thought I was being cut off.
No, you weren't being cut off.
I don't
This
know.
is the one time you weren't. But yeah, it's just a bunch of really short stories. This is probably one I highly recommend the most because there's some amazing.
Oh, it really is
amazing.
I mean,
stuff
yeah,
in
and
here.
I'm an artist. I appreciate really good art, or even not so good art. But I do.
And the written word is an art of its own.
It shouldn't be for kids with those pictures. So yeah, I can
100%
understand. Well, I'm saying little kids, like 4-year-olds.
It's not what 4-year-olds that are reading? This is for like 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th
graders.
graders.
Then those are fine pictures. Those kids are drawing that. They're feeling that.
Exactly.
So they can relate.
And all the stories have like a good moral behind them.
Oh, see that?
It's a good book.
It's a good
and
book.
It's another
a series.
Another reason why to not judge what you don't understand.
Right. Because the mothers
People
used to get
didn't
mad at me.
understand
You're
this book,
reading a
and they
nightmare
judged it.
story to my kids. I'm going to read the book and you'll understand. Your kids aren't afraid of monsters being in the closet anymore because of that book. Anyway, just to make it a little bit yarny, that really fluffy, sweet, soft pink yarn that I showed you in my yarn room, and I was going to make a blanket, and instead I'm making a circular shawl out of it. And then I have enough to make like a little lap blanket to go with it. So I'm going to be, and I hate pink.
You'll get caught up in the
Lap blankets. Are we done?
I think we're done.
All right. Bye. I love you.